Germans are known for being debt-averse, committed to a balanced budget. However, cracks are appearing from years of limited investments, particularly in the country's once admired infrastructure. More motorists on German roads and highways, coupled with patchy maintenance, has led to regular bumper-to-bumper traffic.
The highway network since 1990 has increased for 20%. And the rail network has decreased. And with the lack of investments, public money and maintenance, we have a lot of bridges, for example, on the highway network that need to be maintained, and some of them even need to be replaced. The transport infrastructure planning should be really clear: rail before road and maintenance before expanding.
According to Germany's Federal Ministry of Transport, freight traffic will have grown 38% by 2030 over 2010 levels, while the country continues to register a record number of passenger cars year on year. Better utilization of the country's rail networks would help ease the pressure on roads and highways, but for now, this is not a solution. Last year, state-owned Deutsche Bahn, which transports 2 billion customers a year, announced that its punctuality quota fell to a record low of 65.2%. Passenger association ProBahn also argued that Germany's rail network has not been a priority, with some of the most populated areas of the country still operating with old technology for which spare parts no longer exist.
The problem with the German railway infrastructure goes back years. We have concentrated for far too long on further expanding our road system. The railway has always been running on the side. We have been able to create glamorous projects based on fast connections, but the money for the small cities and towns have been lost. The money has simply been spent on prestigious projects.
In 2016, Berlin recognized its infrastructure was lagging behind other EU countries and adopted the Federal Transport Infrastructure Plan, FTIP, a $285 billion project to modernize roads, highways, rail lines and bridges by 2030. Yet even that, many argue, needs modernizing.
Germany's rail and road networks are showing signs of considerable decline amidst accusations of underinvestment as well as increased traffic. Yet while Berlin has allocated billions of euros towards retrofitting these critical arteries, the figures in the 2030 Federal Transport Infrastructure Plan were decided upon prior to the intake of over 2 million refugees and historic inflation.
If inflation hadn't become a problem, we would have already completed many projects. We want to get a network that is for the future, not just for now.
Others don't see the FTIP as being in line with the country's climate goals.
Planners and the government should look at the transport system that we want to have in 2045, when we are going to be climate neutral, and then build the infrastructure respectively, which is not the case. Nowadays, infrastructure is being built for what is predicted. So building more roads causes more traffic, and this is not leading to this green transport system we want to have.
While revisions to the FTIP are being considered in Berlin, there is no word on whether its budget will be increased, leaving improvements on mobility across the country at a yellow light. Natalie Carney, CGTN, Munich.